Can I ask you something honest? Have you ever heard the word IELTS and felt a little nervous? Like, this is big, this is serious. I don't even know where to start.
That feeling is so real and so common. Almost everyone feels it at the beginning.
But here's what we want you to know today. IELTS is not as scary as it sounds. Once you understand what it is, it becomes much more manageable.
Hey everyone! We are so happy you're here with us today.
This episode is for anyone who wants to understand IELTS. Maybe you're thinking about taking it. Maybe someone told you about it. Maybe you just want to know what all the noise is about.
Whatever your reason, you're in the right place.
We're going to talk about IELTS like two friends explaining it over coffee. Simple, clear, no stress.
Just listen, just relax, and let it all make sense.
Let's go, Mia.
Okay, Alex, let's start at the very beginning. What is IELTS? Great place to start. So IELTS, it stands for International English Language Testing System.
Big name, simple idea.
Exactly. It's a test that measures how well you can use English. Reading, writing, listening, speaking.
And why do people take it?
So many reasons. If you want to study at a university in another country, they often ask for IELTS.
Like universities in the UK, Australia, Canada, New Zealand.
Or if you want to move to another country permanently, immigration, they ask for IELTS too.
Or some jobs, professional jobs in English-speaking countries.
So IELTS is basically your proof, your official proof that you can use English at a certain level.
Think of it like a passport, but for your English ability.
I love that, Mia. A passport for your English.
Thank you. I thought of that just now.
Mia, there are two types of IELTS, and to understand them, we need to know one important word first. Academic. A-C-A-D-E-M-I-C. Academic.
Yes! This word comes up constantly with IELTS.
What does academic mean? It means related to education, to school, to university, to studying and learning in a formal way.
Academic is about knowledge, about studying, about intellectual things.
Where do people use this word? Universities, schools, research, formal writing, professional environments.
Like, she has a strong academic background. That means she studied hard. She has good education.
Or, this essay needs more academic language. That means write more formally, more carefully, like a student or researcher.
When do people say it? When they talk about education, about studying, about serious intellectual work.
And IELTS Academic, that's the version for people who want to study at university level. It tests more formal English.
Quick scene. Two friends, Omar and James, talking about university plans.
Omar says, I applied to a university in London. They want my IELTS score.
James says, which IELTS? Academic or general?
Omar says, academic, because it's for my university application.
James says, makes sense. Academic IELTS is specifically for university entry. General is more for work and immigration.
Omar nods. Good to know. I need to start preparing.
Academic. Now when you hear that word, you know exactly what kind of English it involves.
Alex, let's talk about the two types of IELTS because this confuses a lot of people.
It really does. So there are two versions, IELTS Academic and IELTS General Training.
Same test in many ways, but different purposes.
IELTS Academic is for people who want to enter a university or college. It tests higher-level formal English.
IELTS General Training is for people who want to immigrate or work professionally in an English-speaking country.
So how do you know which one you need?
Simple. Ask yourself, why am I taking IELTS?
If the answer is, I want to study at university, choose academic.
If the answer is, I want to move to another country or get a professional visa, choose general training.
And if you're not sure, check the requirements of the university or immigration office you're applying to. They will tell you exactly which one they want.
Always check. Don't guess.
Never guess with IELTS, Mia.
Mia, there's another word that comes up constantly when people talk about IELTS. The word is module. M-O-D-U-L-E, module.
Yes, very important word.
What does module mean? A module is one part of something bigger, like a section, a unit, a piece of a larger system.
Think of a building made of blocks. Each block is a module. Together, they make the whole building.
In IELTS, the test has 4 modules, 4 parts: listening, reading, writing, speaking.
Each module tests a different skill. Each one is separate, but together they give your full score.
Where do people use this word? Education, technology, business, training programs?
Like, the course has 6 modules. That means the course is divided into 6 parts. You complete them one by one.
Or which module did you find hardest in IELTS?
That means which part of the test was most difficult for you.
When do people say it? When talking about structured programs, courses, tests, anything that is divided into clear sections.
Quick scene. 2 students, Fatima and Carlos, studying together.
Fatima says, I finished the listening module practice today. I think I did okay.
Carlos says, nice. I'm still struggling with the reading module. The texts are so long.
Fatima says, I know. The reading module is the hardest for me too. So much to read in so little time.
Carlos says, let's practice together this weekend. We can do 1 module per day.
Fatima says, perfect. Starting with listening, it feels more manageable.
Module. Now, when someone says IELTS has 4 modules, you know exactly what that means.
4 parts, 4 skills, 1 complete test.
Alex, let's walk through all 4 modules. Simply, clearly, one by one.
Perfect. Module 1, listening.
In the listening module, you hear recordings, conversations, lectures, and you answer questions about what you heard.
It lasts about 30 minutes, plus 10 minutes to write your answers.
The recordings play once, only once, so concentration is very important.
Module 2, reading.
In reading, you read long texts, articles, reports, and answer questions about them.
Academic IELTS reading texts are from academic journals and books, more formal, more complex.
General training reading has everyday texts, advertisements, notices, workplace materials.
You have 60 minutes, 3 texts, 40 questions. Time management is everything.
Module 3, writing.
Writing has 2 tasks, Task 1 and Task 2.
In academic IELTS, Task 1 asks you to describe a graph or diagram. Task 2 is an essay.
In general training, Task 1 is a letter. Task 2 is also an essay.
You have 60 minutes total. Most people spend about 20 minutes on Task 1, 40 on Task 2.
Because Task 2 is worth more marks.
Always remember that. Task 2, more time, more marks.
And Module 4, speaking.
The speaking test is a face-to-face conversation with a real examiner.
It has 3 parts. Part 1, simple questions about yourself, your life, your interests.
Part 2, you get a topic card. You speak about it alone for 2 minutes.
Part 3, a deeper discussion with the examiner about related topics.
The whole speaking test is 11 to 14 minutes.
And it's recorded, so don't be surprised when you see a recorder on the table.
It's just for accuracy. Don't let it make you nervous.
You know, Mia, I think understanding the structure of IELTS is honestly 50% of the battle.
Completely. When you know what to expect, you feel so much more prepared, and confidence changes everything.
And that's what we want for everyone listening. Real understanding, real confidence.
So if this is helping you, if you feel clearer about IELTS now, please subscribe. We're going to keep making conversations exactly like this one.
IELTS practice, English skills, real conversations, every week.
We're building this journey together, and we're so glad you're part of it.
Mia, let's talk about something everyone wants to know about IELTS. The score.
Yes, the word is score. S-C-O-R-E. Score.
What does score mean? It means the number or result you get after a test or competition. Your score shows how well you did.
In IELTS, your score is called a band score. It goes from 1 to 9.
1 is the lowest. 9 is the highest. 9 means expert level English, essentially perfect.
Most universities ask for a score of 6 or 6.5. Some top universities ask for 7 or higher.
Where do people use this word? Tests, sports, games, any situation where you measure performance.
Like, what score did you get on your IELTS? Someone is asking your band score.
Or, I need a score of 6.5 for my visa application. That means the immigration office requires that number.
When do people talk about scores? After tests, when applying somewhere, when comparing preparation progress.
Quick scene. 2 friends, Priya and Hassan, at a cafe after IELTS results day.
Priya excitedly says, "I got my results. Overall band 7.
Hassan says, 7? That's amazing. Congratulations.
Priya says, "Thank you. I needed 6.5 for my university, so I'm in."
Hassan smiles. I'm still waiting for my score. I'm so nervous.
Priya says, "You'll be fine. You prepared so well."
Score. That one number can open so many doors.
Study for it, work for it, and it will come.
Alex, before we finish, I want to talk about one more word, because it's the most important action word for IELTS.
What is it?
Preparation. Preparation. Preparation.
Yes, absolutely. What does preparation mean? It means getting ready for something before it happens, doing the work before the big moment.
Preparation is not last minute. It's not the night before. It's weeks and months before.
Where do people use this word? Tests, events, interviews, travel, cooking, anything important that requires planning.
Like, good preparation makes the test much easier. That means if you prepare well, the test won't feel as hard.
Or, how long did you spend on preparation? Someone is asking how many weeks or months you studied.
When do people say it? When planning for something big, when helping someone get ready, when reflecting on how they did.
And for IELTS, preparation means different things for different modules.
For listening, practice hearing different accents: British, Australian, American.
For reading, practice reading fast. Read articles, read anything in English every day.
For writing, practice writing essays and task 1 responses. Get feedback.
For speaking, practice speaking out loud every day with anyone, even alone. Quick scene. A student, Yuna, calls her older sister, Diana, who already passed IELTS. Yuna says, I registered for IELTS. I'm so scared. Where do I start?
Diana says, "Don't panic. Good preparation is everything. Start slow, 1 module at a time."
Yuna says, how long did you prepare?
Diana says, 3 months, but I studied a little every day, not hours and hours, just consistent.
Yuna says, consistent. Okay, I can do that.
Diana says, you can, and every day you prepare, you get closer. Trust the process.
Preparation. There is no shortcut, but there is a path, and every step forward counts.
Every single step.
Mia, before we end, let's give our listeners some simple, honest tips for someone just starting their IELTS journey.
Love this. Okay, tip 1. Know your goal score before you start.
Find out what score your university or visa application needs. That number is your target.
Tip 2. Practice all 4 modules. Don't ignore the ones you find hard.
A lot of people skip writing practice because it's uncomfortable. Don't do that.
Tip 3. Listen to English every day. Podcasts, shows, conversations like this one.
Your ear needs to get comfortable with natural English speed and rhythm.
Tip 4. Don't memorize answers. Understand them.
Examiners can tell when someone is reciting memorized sentences. Speak naturally. Think naturally.
And tip 5, the most important one.
What is it?
Be patient with yourself. Language learning takes time. IELTS preparation takes time.
Progress is not always fast, but it is always happening.
Even on the days it doesn't feel like it.
Especially on those days.
All right, everyone. What a conversation today.
We covered a lot. What IELTS is, the 2 types, academic and general training, the 4 modules, listening, reading, writing, speaking.
And some really important words. Academic, module, score, preparation.
Say them with us. Academic,
Module,
score.
preparation.
These are words you will see and hear constantly on your IELTS journey. And now you know them deeply.
Not just the meaning, the feeling, the situation, when and how to use them.
That's real English. And you're building it every time you listen.
If today helped you, please like this video and share it with someone who is also preparing for IELTS or learning English.
And subscribe. We're going to keep making IELTS and English learning conversations, step by step, module by module.
And please leave us a comment. Tell us, are you preparing for IELTS academic or general training? Or are you just starting to learn about it?
We read every single comment, and we love hearing from you.
Next time, we're going to go deeper into the IELTS listening module. What to expect, how to practice, and how to stay calm when the recording plays.
That one is going to be really practical and really useful.
So come back for that. We'll be here.
Take care of yourselves, everyone.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.